Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Video Game Movie Month here on Reaction and Review. Tonight, guys, I'm checking out a film from 2005. That movie is Doom. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, I have played quite a bit of Doom and Doom 2, as well as Final Doom, which added even more fun to what was already an awesome game. I have loved every Doom product I have ever played. I've never had a chance to play Doom 3. Hopefully I'll fix that at some point. And when they said that there was going to be a Doom movie, I was psyched. Since then, I have lost all memory of the trailers or anything else about it. I barely even remembered that The Rock and Karl Urban were the stars of this thing. I have no idea if this movie is any good. When I was telling people the list of stuff I was covering this month, this one here was one of the ones most of them cited as a really good one that is totally worth watching. But some of those people also said the same thing about Silent Hill, and we all saw how well that went. Now, I am hoping for Doom here to be an amazing movie, and the only way I'm going to find out is if I shut up and I push play, and I'm going to do that right now. So, without further ado, it's time to kick back, relax, and check out Doom. Did they seriously just sink cameras on the end of their gun barrels? Okay, so I'm just going to assume that we at some point are going to get some, like, first-person style stuff akin to the actual Doom game. Dude, that is going to be fucking awesome if I actually get to see something like that. And so far, guys, the movie's pretty good. You know, guys, I oftentimes sneer whenever movies use jump scares because I always find it to be kind of cheap. That time it actually kind of worked. It was actually a well-done jump scare. I never thought I would see that in a fucking movie. Man, that was actually a little bit frickin' surprising. Okay, never thought I'd see chunky blood being taken out of somebody. Or, well, the shot prior we had chunky blood dripping out of a bullet hole in a vent. Yeah, so apparently whatever the hell is going on in this station, it gives your blood chunks, and that just looks fucking sick, man. You know, guys, even though the planet is completely dead, I'm gonna say this. In this movie, Mars looks really fucking beautiful. It really does, guys. That actually was a really nice shot. Well, guys, now we get a look at the BFG. My God, that gun is a thing of beauty. Can I buy that anywhere? I'm not actually talking about like a functional one. I just want that fucking model. I would happily put it up somewhere. That gun looks fucking sweet. Okay, I said earlier, I just wanted a model of the BFG. Is there any chance I could get like a fully functioning model? Holy fuck, that was a lot of damage. I want that goddamn gun. I really do. That is fucking awesome. So, apparently the Rock has come down with a bad case of space madness. I just sort of wish that his acting was better while coming down with space madness, but you know, at least his character's going nuts. Again, it'd be nice if it was a better actor, but hey, at least the rest of the movie's okay. Oh my God, we have an entire sequence in first person with badass music that almost sounds like it would have come out of a Doom game. Dude, this is fucking awesome! Alright, guys, that was Doom. Let's shut that off. Okay, before I get into the film itself, I guess I should say, compared to everything else I've done this month, this movie was pretty good. It certainly wasn't great. It certainly is not going to have a spot in my Blu-ray collection, but it wasn't a waste of time. At least I can say that. Now, let's go into detail on that. Writing. Well, I was really happy with a whole lot of the references they make to the Doom franchise. I really, really like the fact that the monsters happen to look a little bit like the demons and the monsters you fight in the various Doom titles. I absolutely adored the fucking first person sequence. That one scene, that 5-minute scene is probably the greatest 5 minutes this movie will ever have. Is when the film dumps us into first person and it is just a one-man massacre of everything that moves. Literally, Doom personified on film and done with fucking gusto. It was done amazingly and I fucking loved it. I loved that. I loved the references to a ton of the previous Doom, guns. I loved the fact that our team all freaking queue up fucking cameras mounted on their weapons, and you sometimes actually get to see shots from those cameras, and they look exactly like shots from Doom. It was really fucking cool. Now with all of that in mind, now with all of the references in mind, what about the story? Because guys, any fool can make a video game movie, just dump it with tons and tons of references, and then just give up. Because after all, that's what happened with Silent Hill, when they basically were building up all of the shit that you've seen in Silent Hill games, and they went, I don't know, witch killing cult. Why? Because fuck you. That's why. At least this movie doesn't do that. It basically has a really interesting story, and it sticks with it all the fucking way, and I do enjoy that. Except, instead of being about a portal, to hell that is letting fucking demons out, and you have to kill said demons, it has to do with a colony on Mars, which has been doing mining, has been finding a bunch of shit on Mars, and is doing human experimentation that winds up mutating humans into basically these monsters, and that is certainly cool. I mean, it seriously is not proper Doom, but frankly, I don't fucking care. It was still a fun thing, and I did totally enjoy it. Our story here, though, also is sort of hobbled by the fact that if you've seen any film about a team of people basically isolated in a space station, a spaceship, what have you, and they're being hassled by either a single alien or a group of aliens, or a group of mutants or zombies or what have you, then you've basically seen a lot of the stuff which this movie does. So if you've seen Alien, if you've seen Star Crystal, if you've seen Starship Troopers 2, if you've seen those and a multitude of other films, then you've kind of seen almost everything this film has to offer that is not a direct reference to any of the Doom games. Now, that to me is probably the one fault this movie has, is that it absolutely revels in cribbing notes from a ton of other films, which is totally fine, because I just listed off a handful of those films. Alien, Starship Troopers 2, and Star Crystal, all three of those movies are fantastic films. So, so perhaps maybe not Starship, Troopers 2. That is at least watchable. But the other two, at least honestly though, you are cribbing notes from good shit. So, I honestly am not going to fault them for that. However though, jumping into this, then you see a film that is really fascinating. However, it strongly lacks in almost any sort of creativity, because, as I said, it's basically just cribbing notes from other films with similar premises. And really, guys, in terms of writing, that I think is the one lone negative, is that barring the references to Doom, this movie really isn't doing anything that makes it that honestly makes it stand out and makes it actually its own film, and it kind of sort of feels almost like it's like a rehash of sorts of once more previous films. Writing here is good, but it isn't it isn't great, and it certainly isn't anything ultra creative. So we have that, but what about the acting? Well, one of the film's stars is a man by the name of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And it is no secret that I am not a fan of The Rock. I never have been, and goddammit, I never will be. He sucked when he was a wrestler, and he sucks as a fucking actor. And every time that he is on camera and he has to give a line of dialogue, it is the most wooden, stilted delivery you will ever hear, which honestly means that the entire cast has to carry him all the way through this film, especially his co-star, who is Carl Urban, Judge fucking Dredd, and he is able to carry The Rock through every scene which the two of them share, especially the final fight scene, where it basically is shown that even honestly when given multiple takes, The Rock still sucks at making fights look good. And Carl Urban at least put in some level of effort. Not only did Carl Urban put in a level of effort, but every other member of the cast put in a ton of effort to make this whole thing good. And all of that is brought down slightly because all of them have to try extra hard in order to carry the fucking Rock, because The Rock cannot act. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that now, and I will say that any other time I'm dumb enough to fire up a movie where he is wasting screen time. The man cannot act. And frankly, after watching this and after watching G.I. Joe 2, I really don't think I want to watch another film with him. So yeah, we're just going to say that and move on. Acting here is really good from everybody else, and that is certainly good because once more they all have to carry this this worthless turd for almost 2 hours. So frankly, I'm going to praise every other member of the cast for fucking at least trying and for turning in something that is certainly good. So yeah, we have that. Camera work here is really good. Our lighting here is really good. Our sets. One thing, guys, that I have always remembered about Doom is that a whole lot of Doom's setup in terms of the games is this very, very isolated, almost fucking like claustrophobic feel. And we totally have that here with these ultra-tight hallways, and they do it really, really well. And it does bring a lot of the Doom feel, especially when those tight hallways are matched up with that 5-minute first-person sequence. At that point, this thing feels so fucking much like, Doom. I actually felt like I should have been pressing fucking buttons. It was that fucking good. That one scene. Special effects. I'm gonna say right now, costuming here, like costuming and suit work and gore effects, all of that is done really, really well. Our CG here in most scenes is pretty good. There actually are a couple of shots, maybe only about 2, maybe 3 shots, that look fucking terrible. And believe it or not, guys, this right here is one instance where I'm not gonna fault digital fucking blood, because actually what was here in terms of digital blood, it actually looked pretty good. It did. I was fucking shocked. Because normally, guys, that right there is like one of the easiest goddamn targets I can take. Is just the fact that the digital blood looks fucking terrible. Here, it actually looked pretty good. So yeah, guys, kudos honestly for taking something I fucking loathe and actually doing a good job with it. It's just sort of a pity that you couldn't have taken a fucking actor I loathe and taught him how to act. But hey, you know what? Baby steps. At least honestly, they were able to get the digital, blood to, look good. Soundtrack. Well, I commented on the first-person sequence, and I said that it had a song that sounded like it came directly out of fucking Doom. That, guys, is true about a whole lot of this film's score. It all has this awesome kind of sort of metal feel, which is perfect when you are doing a Doom film, because Doom was known for its hard rockin' soundtrack, and this sucker gives us just, that. And I loved every piece of music here. I'm probably gonna have to download the score to this thing real soon, because every piece of music was that fucking cool. So yeah, one more thing, sound mix here was also pretty good. However, again, since this thing is from a major fucking studio, I would have been shocked if camera work, lighting, and sound mix were shit. So frankly, all those kind of sort of get a free pass. So yeah, guys, ultimately, when all is said and done, I can kind of recommend Doom. I can definitely recommend it, at least as a fucking rental. If you can totally find a place, if you still have a place in your area that actually rents DVDs and Blu-rays, by all means, swing out, guys, rent it. This sucker is definitely worth that much. Or barring that, if this thing is on Netflix, I'm not totally sure, by all means, go and check it out there. Perhaps maybe if the movie is on, like, HBO, Showtime, Cinemax, I sure as hell would not fucking recommend it if this thing is running on, say, like, USA or FX or something, because they honestly are going to butcher the fuck out of it. However, though, if this thing is running on a premium cable, channel, by all means, check it out. Or if this thing is available on Amazon fucking instant video, go right ahead, because that only costs you, like a couple of bucks. By all means, rent it there and give it a watch. And if you find it ultra cheap, I'm talking like $5 budget, budget fucking bin sort of thing, then by all means, pick it up there then, at $5. The movie is definitely worth checking out at least once. I honestly am really happy that I had a chance to see it. It certainly, though, is not going to stay in my Blu-ray collection, because I really don't think I'm going to give it a second watch. But if you are a big fan of mindless sci-fi action fun, by all means, then buy it, because this sucker then is going to be perfect for you. Now, Doom came off the Amazon wish list. The person who sent it in was Robert, and please, guys, by all means, swing on over and check out Robert's Amazon profile. Check out everything that he has written there. Robert, I thank you, dude. I was really curious about this, and seeing as in how the rest of this month, at least so far, has been complete shit, you actually have given me a fucking glimmer of hope. Now, mind you, as I stated, this thing here is not going to stay in my Blu-ray collection, but I am happy that I watched it, and I wouldn't have had the chance if you hadn't sent it in, and for that, dude, you fucking rule. I thank you. And once more, guys, please swing on over to Robert's profile on Amazon and go see everything that he has written there. Now, after watching this, I really feel like playing Doom, and I believe that they have the BFG edition of Doom 3 on Steam, and if it is, I'm going to totally fucking buy it, because still haven't had a chance to play, Doom 3, at all. So this actually will give me my chance to finally give it a play. Anyway, guys, with that, we come to the close of another reaction and review. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.